Hi, I'm Alpha Low here in yummy Brazil. I'm going to talk a little bit about gift cosmology and some of the practical tools we can do within this gift cosmology. The gift cosmology is not just about the gift economy. It's about building community, about our relationships to the environment. And so it's about the inner world, how we come and relate to others, and it's also about external world, like how things are passed through from each other and how we interact and when we interact. And one of the things that's useful within this gift cosmology is practical gift culture tools. And I would like to share a little bit here about some of the many tools and practices that have different indigenous cultures, different nations, different peoples have birthed, and also things people have invented and sometimes refound. And for me personally, as a kind of social architect, I'm really interested in this: how to design, social systems, design circles, design facilitation tools that really allow the collective to tap into its energy and its resources and birth new creative things into the field. So one of the first things, let me just share one tool. It's called Office. So that's short for home office, and it's a tool that was developed in Europe recently. And basically, your living room is opened up as a co-working space, and co-working meaning multiple people can come to work in that. And so you have a whole series of people that are opening up their living rooms, and you actually have this free office space. It's a very powerful thing, and recently I was in Denmark, Copenhagen, at one of these co-working offices, and it was very nice to be part of that. Another thing that people have developed is this thing called the free school. So in the free school, there's a calendar of events, and people are invited to put on workshops that are free or classes that are free. And you could put them in, maybe there's sometimes a community space, but it looks to be in your home. And so there's this list of events in your community of all these wonderful educational tools that you can go to and places to learn. Another thing that birthed in Berkeley and now is in Spain and other places around the world is called the Karma Kitchen. There, people, they set up sometimes within another restaurant, like they select a certain time, or they actually start their own kitchen. And people come and eat there, and you can eat for free, or you can offer, someone has already paid for your meal, or you can offer some money to pay for the people after you, if you want. And so it's really beautiful because it allows people of all different financial resources to eat there. And one of the things that also happens sometimes at these karma kitchens, but it can also happen in other places, is a kindness table. So they put in this karma kitchen a table where people can just put things they want to bring and want to offer to someone else and leave it on the table, and anyone else can come and take one of these things, which is really nice. And in Portland and Seattle, in the US, and also in other areas, they also have a variation of this kind of table where they have a little shelf that's put into the street. And often people can leave books there. You can leave your books, and then someone else can come along and take it. And sometimes these shelves are a little bigger, so you can put clothes and someone else can take them, or a variety of other different items. And one thing that I've been involving in helping birth is called the Gift Circle. And this was birthed in San Francisco in our community center. And it's also a process that, we've named the Gift Circle, but it's also appeared in all sorts of cultures in different forms. And in this process, you sit in circle, and you go around, and everyone says their need, and then anyone else can help them with their need. So let's say you have a need to have some editing help, or some dog walking, or babysitting help, or ride somewhere. You can put that into the circle, and then other people can offer to help you with that. And it's not done as barter, and it's not done with money. It's just done as a pure offer of generosity. And then there's a second round where people can put what they can offer. Maybe you can teach a certain style of cooking, or teach a yoga class, and people can take you up on that. So it's really beautiful. And when we first started, it was more kind of as this kind of gift economic thing. But we actually, as we did it more, we realized that people were meeting throughout the week. We did this every week. And they were building relationships and friendships because, you had to go to someone's house to help babysit them or to help clean up their house. And so over time, we noticed after 5 or 6 weeks, actually, there was a kind of tribe, a community being created in our town. It was really beautiful. You'd walk around town, you're like, oh, that's person's kind of part of this tribe now. And it was really beautiful to watch. And so we kind of noticed that gift economy creates more community. And the more community you have, the more gift economy it creates. And we then started to spread it, and it spread to other towns, and a lot more people spread it. And so now it's all around the world. And then another tool is something called the Shop with the Open Heart. This was started in India and has now spread to Mexico and a lot of other different places. And we did one here at Giftable in Brazil, and also when we did one in Italy. There people bring something that's meaningful to you. Maybe it's a garment that you've worn that has some kind of special meaning. Maybe it was gifted to you by your son. And you bring it in the spirit of sacredness onto this table, and everyone then looks at all the beautiful goods that are out there, and then the one that calls you can take. And so there's this passing on of the goods, but it comes with a story too. And it's beautiful. I was talking to someone here, and he said there was just this feeling that you're really cared for within that kind of gifting. And it takes objects out of this kind of commodification into this kind of story and this personal realm. Another thing, there's actually numerous internet-based things that allow people to give. For instance, one is called Kindista.org, another is Sustainable Human. And there you can actually put what your needs are and what your gifts are. And so I know in Eugene, Oregon, this works well in conjunction with the gift circles. So they have gift circles there, which also connect with this internet-based thing. So maybe you don't get your need met in the gift circle, you can put it out, and then people around Eugene gift to each other or put their needs up and get them met. Out of the same group that birthed the Karma Kitchen, Nipun Mehta and some others, they also birthed something called the Smile Cards, which is interesting. It's kind of a currency for gifting in the sense that if you do something nice for someone, say you pay for their toll booth fare or at the restaurant, you can give some money to the waiter, and then the waiter, and also ask the waiter to give this smile card to the person who's being paid for. And on it also says something like, "Smile, you've been gifted, and if you want, you can pass this gift on to someone else." And so this card, it usually, say if I get something, I go to a massage, I give the masseuse some money. But in this case, the money flows the other way. If I'm giving the massage, I also give the money. And so, but it also has a flow to this smile card, this currency, and it flows. It also is linking up people and causing economic flow. And I think there's also been some other currencies based on this thing. And I think in the cryptocurrency world, we now have Bitcoin, but you can also birth a kind of a gift cryptocurrency based on this kind of similar flow. There's also something called the generosity party, which is like where everyone comes and brings their services, and you set up, or you bring your stuff and you're just gifting it. So you could bring a massage table to this party and give people massages, or maybe hair cutting. And so it's kind of this nice little fair, but it's all about gift. So those are some of the basic practices, and you can find a lot of these on the internet. And as you grow one of these, you might also find that within your community, if you have more of these, it actually helps create this field that stabilizes it. So in permaculture gardening, there's this concept called the guild, so that multiple plants in this guild actually help protect each other. So similarly, we've noticed that if you're birthing a couple of these things, they actually help sustain each other. So in Denmark, Copenhagen, they have both the Hoffes and the gift circles. And there's some intersection of people who are in both, and people also just in the individual ones. But it actually helps create a flow sometimes from one of these projects to the other. And also, it creates a stabilization field. And we've noticed that I'm personally involved in the gift circle projects. The gift circle projects that also have a couple of other things nearby form a bit more of a stable structure. say the gift circle can also work well with, say, the free school. Because in the gift circle, a couple people may say they want to learn cooking, or you can then put that cooking class into the free school, or a couple people want to do a meditation circle, you can then put that onto the free school, which is a way to spread it. And the free school may be people coming that weren't at the gift circle, but once they go to these classes, maybe they come to the gift circle. So it forms a synergy, a beautiful synergy. So some of some basic tools, and then also in the Gift Cosmology, there's also a lot of community building tools and other things, and I won't go into all those because there's much more of those, but things like way of counsel, or facilitated improv, or restorative justice, circles, a lot of these things are also part of this larger gift cosmology and work very well in creating that beautiful field.
And there's a world yet to be discovered.
Yes, and there's a whole, and this is a very inventive and creative field. And and as a social architect, I want to encourage people, and I want to create a social labs where people are actually coming together and realizing we can redesign the operating system of the world. It's not like we're given this money operating system and this legal system that we're birthed into, and we have to live in it. No, it's a very creative field, and I think as we become more energized, we realize that we're fundamentally creative, and we can fundamentally recreate and create new operating systems that inform the future of humanity. And these basic things play a really huge role in the direction that we all flow towards.